Hello, good evening. I'm recording this in an evening after a day spent around the city. It's one of those last summer days that are still warm, but you start to feel in the evening the chill of the upcoming autumn. And I've been in a festival, a beautiful music festival, food and music festival in Oslo. It's called Mela Festival. It was quite nice to be there among the people and dance and sing. And today I want to speak about womb awakening and what means to really awaken into the womb and how this should be done properly. And I'm using the word properly because I see too many women on this path of womb awakening doing this work without actually anchoring the work into something that is truly important, and that means the body. And I've been on this path for more than 10 years now. And of course, it has been an evolution, and every year I accumulated new tools and I did new trainings, and I gained new perspectives or awareness about this path. And working on my own womb reality, slowly I started to get back to my core essence. But I only started to really understand what this means when I also included in the practices that I was doing, and the practices that could be defined as womb awakening practices, trauma therapy. And this, with trauma therapy and also some constellation work and embodiment, I was able to finally find that point of connection with the body, with the womb, with the complex reality and all the organs that the womb represents in a different way than before. And I want to draw attention on the fact that there is a trend nowadays, and many women work with goddesses and Mary Magdalene and all sorts of other archetypes of the feminine, and they forget, they get so much in their head and into this archetypal work that is a lot of course, beautiful theory and history about the matriarchy and the presence of the goddess or the revival of the goddess as a new archetype in the times that we live today and so on. But it's a lot of mental work, a lot of thinking. And I see nowadays many women offering the so-called empowering workshops for womb awakening, or even other types of offerings like retreats or trainings. And most of this, they don't include real work with the body and with the psyche at the same time. And you can be easily misled by these kind of offerings because they will only allow you to tap into this reality and to work with it and to heal whatever is needed there in a disembodied way, at the mental level mostly. And this is not a complete work, and it actually will not serve you well, because for a while you might think it's interesting, and yes, it's very nice to invoke the goddess or Mary Magdalene or whatever other energy you work with, and to connect with the lineage, and to bring forth all sorts of ritual practices from the past and ceremonies, light codes, practices, chants, or drumming, and so on. This is very beautiful, and it can support on your journey, of course. There are beautiful practices, there are feminine arts and crafts that we need to remember, and we need to revive them, because they also allow us to connect with this essence of the goddess nowadays. But they will limit you to only part of the real work. And I say this from the trauma-informed perspective, as always, because I saw in many healing sessions women coming with a lot of heavy emotions and traumas in their womb, not fully aware of them, and mostly important, not even aware of their own body state, of their own coping mechanisms that are expressed in the body. And many of them would say, oh, but I practiced so much, I did so many trainings, and I walked this path for many years. Yes, you did part of the work, even if it has been done for a long time. Because the other part that is extremely important if you really want to ground the work inside yourself is the work with the body on physical level, emotional, and psychological. And that means that you work on the womb traumas. And these traumas, trust me, there are so many dimensions and levels of this biography that is a trauma biography that you carry inside, and you are not aware of not even 80% of it. So my recommendation for you that you intend to embark on this journey or to continue it, find someone that is able to have a holistic approach to create space not only for ritual and prayer and some ceremony or drum journey, but also for real trauma therapy, for really going deep inside your psyche and uncovering and bringing back those fragments that have been split. And also someone who understands how the body works, who understands the nervous system and how sensitive can be and how much interferes with the trauma survivor strategies that can also help you bring yourself, bring the state of the body to a certain homeostasis, to a certain balance, to a sense of safety. So you don't need to continue to struggle and stress and overwhelm. This is all necessary work if you really want to truly understand and truly feel inside, truly experience this womb awakening. Because it's not just a word, it is a complex process. It has many layers, many dimensions, as I said, but all of them are inside your body. Don't search for them outside in the spirit or in the goddess or in other depictions of the feminine or what is divine. Because if you want to achieve the divine, first achieve the human fullness or the human wholeness of you, but knowing who you are, knowing your trauma biography and working on it. Because otherwise the process or the healing will not be complete, but also it will not support you. You will always have to go back to some point to resolve even more, because instead of real healing on a deeper level, you might stumble again in the same survival loop. And this is not a joke. It's about your life, about your body, about your womb. So you want to follow my advice? Search for someone who is able to cover all these aspects of the womb reality, who doesn't just play around with the word of womb awakening, or who does this only after a training of a few days and then it's an expert. Do it with someone who knows, and most of all, someone who already did this work for many years. I am here for you because I have this holistic approach. I work with womb healing with different tools. I work with trauma therapy, and I'm specialized in womb trauma, womb healing. And I work with family constellations, so I can also position you in your lineage and bring you the transgenerational perspective of womb awakening. It is very complex. And it is beautiful once you start it, but can also be challenging. But it is worthy the ride. If you want to know more, just go on my website. Under offerings, you find different kinds of sessions and workshop I'm providing. and I hope to see you next. Be curious and dare to know more and to do more for yourself. Bye bye.